So I have struggled, been struggled with being a people pleaser my entire life, and it's gotten way, way better. Um, but it's definitely something that I'm consistently working with and transforming and transmuting and all those things. So the other day, I was like, had some stuff going on that noticed that I wasn't speaking my mind and I wasn't speaking my truth with something. And then what I also noticed was that in this interaction with this person, um, I was dimming my light because I didn't feel safe. There was something about them that I didn't feel safe. There was an edge to them. And I grew up with really edgy women. Um, and like an angry edge. So someone who has like an angry edge, or a bite to their tongue, um, it's like that is a very challenging personality for me. And I have people in my life that have that edge to them sometimes. And most of the time I can like navigate it, but if I'm having an off day, it's just challenging. Anyway, so I noticed that I was like dimming my light around the edge and around this person because I didn't feel safe. So I ended up doing a journey, and I asked my guides to take me to the moment when I first started dimming my light around people that I perceived as a threat as a kid. And so, what they did in the journey, in the meditation, they took me to a place in time when I was 7 years old and was brought back to my aunt. I grew up with my aunt after my dad died. I was only with her for 2 years and then she died. She was very abusive. I mean, the point where my little brother and I had black and blue backs. The school could see it. Like, I mean, we wore our bruises. It was very, very, very intense. Um, she was a very sick woman. So it took me back to this point in time when I was 7, and every night before I would go to bed, she would make me tell her I loved her. She would say, "Tell me you love me," and I would say, "I love you," and I didn't love her. I didn't, and I still don't. And do I love her as as a spirit, maybe soul? I don't know, but I don't love her, and I didn't love her. Um, as a kid for sure. So every night I would tell her I loved her, and I just was swallowing my truth and swallowing my light and hiding. And that was the moment, those moments, those string of moments of telling her I love her when I didn't love her, out of being forced to do so, my people pleaser was born. She was birthed. So I did all of this work around that time and really talking to the little girl in me and saying, you know what? You don't need to do this anymore. You don't need to be in lies. You don't need to do this. You don't need this anymore to survive. And I did some really deep work with her, and it felt incredibly transformational. So what I want to share with you is, if there is something that you're dealing with, it doesn't matter, people pleaser, maybe ongoing anxiety or some sort of like low grade depression, or even like maybe you're feeling great, but there's like places in you where you hold back, you play small, you don't use your voice. Maybe there's certain types of people that really trigger you. Like for me, it's like, it's especially with women, like if there's an angry kind of edge to a woman, it's challenging for me. And because of it reminds me of my aunt. And then my other aunt too. I had two aunts. One was not physically abusive, and the other one, but the other, she had an edge too. An edge, but like she was like sugary sweet with passive aggressive edge. But anyway, so if there is something in you in your past that what you can do is go ask in meditation, take me to the point in time, ask your guides, ask your higher self, ask God, take me to that point in time when X was born. Show me that moment or that string of moments, and then do some work with her or him. Talk to it and like explain that you don't need to hide yourself anymore. You don't need to play small anymore, whatever it is that you're working on. It's very powerful. And then I literally lost my train of thought. You begin to space out. But you begin to, after that, like integrate. Like integrate daily by continuing to talk to that part that you're working with to heal whatever it was that came up. So I wanted to share that with you because it was very powerful, and I didn't even realize that that was it. That was when she was born. And it was, my people pleaser was born because she was scared. She was born because she had to do that stuff to survive. So begin to dig deep, go deeper, go into the subconscious, look underneath the hood. All the healing that you need is available to you. It's right there. We just got to take the time to do it and then work with the energy moving forward. It's usually not a once and done, right? Like, I'm working with her, I'm talking to her, and I don't want to let her down, my little girl, anymore, because I want to keep her safe. I want to empower her. So I don't want to hide my light anymore. That's not going to work. So I want her to feel like that 7-year-old gets to feel like the badass that she was and that she never got to be. Well, she gets to be it now, but she didn't get to be it then. All right, I hope this was helpful. My name is Beth Osmer, and I will see you on the next video.